those of you new to playing guitar who are curious about the different parts of the guitar, that's what this video is going to cover. Now, there are a lot of different guitars, and each one has its own unique features, so you may see some things on a guitar that another does not have. So, I'm going to show you the different parts of mine, and most of these will be the same on yours and others. So, this piece here, this part of the guitar, that's the headstock. And then these little knobs up here, which you can turn to tighten or loosen the strings, and I got two over here as well, those are tuning pegs or machine heads, or sometimes people just call them tuners. And this piece right here, where the strings kind of sit in these little grooves, that's the nut. So that's the nut of the guitar. Now, this long part right here, that's the neck. That's the neck. And then on the front here, where you place your fingers, that's the fretboard. Now, these metal bars here, going along, those are frets. The frets are what change the note of the string that you're playing on. So like, if you're playing something on like the first fret here or the third and so on, what's happening is the string is getting pinched off at that fret, which changes the length of the string, which changes the note that you hear. So the higher up the fretboard you go, the shorter the string, the shorter you're making the string, so the higher pitch note you make. Now, a lot of guitars will have dots going along here. I don't have any on the front, but I do have dots on the top of the guitar there. And those correspond with most of the odd numbered frets. So most guitars, including mine, you have a marking on the 3rd fret, 5, 7, 9. And you see here, there's a double dot. That's on 12. That tells you where the octave is. And an octave is basically, you see, you have the open low E string here, so the string closest to you, the fatter string, that's an E in standard tuning. So most likely your guitar is tuned there, so you have that as an E, and then you go through your musical alphabet and you wind up on E again here at 12. So just real quick, you got E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D sharp, D, D sharp, and then E. So it's like all the notes start over again at the 12th fret. So an octave is basically like the same notes sounding at a higher pitch or a lower pitch. That's the quick explanation for it anyway. So also sometimes on the 24th fret, if you have enough frets for that, you'll see another double dot. Mine only has a single, but you also have dots typically on the 15, 17, 19, and 21 as well. And the dots are there to help you find the frets faster. So moving on, this part here, the bigger part of the guitar, that's the body. And then for electrics, you have these things right here. Those are your pickups, and a pickup picks up the sound of the strings when they vibrate. So that's what picks up the sound, which sends it into your guitar cable and then sends it off into your amp. So the switch right here, this chain is a toggle switch to turn on what pickup you want. So right now I have my toggle switch all the way up, which is turned on the neck pickup. If I put it in the middle, it has both pickups on. If I put it down here, then only the bridge pickup will be on. Now some guitars only have one pickup, some might have 3. Some will have a toggle switch that has 5 different settings. And what that does is just turn on various combinations of pickups. And right here, I had this guitar modified so it has 2 volume knobs, one to control each of these. But typically one is a volume knob and another one is a tone knob. Basically a tone knob will make something sound brighter or muddier or darker. And then lastly we have here, that's the bridge. So where the strings connect into the guitar, that's the bridge. And you want to go a little bit further, you see here all these individual pieces here. Those are saddles where the strings connect, and this guitar is set up in a way where I can adjust each saddle for different string height and intonation, but that's for a different video. So basically, like the neck, the body, the tuning pegs, like different pickups, that's fairly universal for all guitars. Like you're gonna have electrics, or you're gonna have a pickup, you're gonna have knobs to turn them on and off. So just real quick, I'll show you another guitar. So you see it has similar things, slightly different. So this one, the headstock up here, it looks a bit different. All the tuning pegs are up at the top here. You still got the nut, and you see you've got the fret markings on the front of the neck here. And this one does not have 24 frets. Looks like it has 22. But we have another bridge here, but this one a bit different. There's got a little hole right here, which is where you can stick a whammy bar in. And so that's what a lot of guitar players do have on their electric, is a whammy bar or a tremolo system, so you can push on the strings and you can dive the strings down to change the pitch, or some of them you can actually pull up on it and change the pitch of the strings that way. But see, so that one's just a tone knob, volume knob. So this one, the toggle switch looks a bit different. And yeah, so that's really it for the electric there. Again, you have plenty of different types of electrics. Those are the ones I have here right now. And just for a bonus, let's look at an acoustic. So acoustic, you don't have the pickups, you have a sound hole that picks up the sound there. You still have your tuning pegs, headstock, nut. You got the fretboard and the frets going along here. See, this guitar actually has the fret marking a little bit different. This one has a dot at the 5 and then a double dot at the 7, single dot at the 9, double dot at the 12, and a single dot on the 15. So yours might be similar to this or be a little bit different. I got the bridge here as well. This would be the saddle of the acoustic. So in case you're running, that's a pick guard right there. So a lot of guitars, they have that too. So overall, you're looking at fairly the same setup. So there are more parts to the guitar, especially on the electric. You have all kinds of wiring stuff that goes on for like whammy bar systems. You have springs involved on the back side, but that's getting a little bit more advanced with the parts of the guitars. But I believe that covers what beginners should know what's going on with the guitar, especially like what the frets are, what the nut is, and you know how to change your pickups and whatnot. So if you have any questions with this, or any questions at all concerning music, more than happy to help. Just send me an email, and thank you for watching.